Hello students, in today's chemistry class, you will learn about separation of liquid-liquid mixtures and separation of gas-liquid mixtures. Let's see first topic, that is separation of liquid-liquid mixtures. Liquid-liquid mixtures can be of two types, miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. Miscible liquids are the liquids which mix with each other completely in all proportions. Example, alcohol and water, milk and water. Immiscible liquids are the liquids which do not mix with each other and separate in distinct layers. Example, oil and water. Let's see the first method, and methods of separation of liquid-liquid mixtures are of two types, that is fractional distillation method and separating funnel method. So first see fractional distillation method. Miscible liquids can be separated by the process of fractional distillation. The separation of mixture of liquids by distillation is called fractional distillation, and this method is based on the principle that different liquids have different boiling points. Example, a mixture of alcohol and water can be separated by this method. Up you can see in the picture, this is the complete apparatus for fractional distillation process. The mixture is kept, first it is taken in a distilling flask and then it is heated. If you have taken a mixture of alcohol and water, then that mixture will be kept in a distilling flask and then it is heated. Due to the heat, you know the alcohol has lower boiling point as compared to water. So alcohol will evaporate first. It will convert into vapor, and through this condenser it will pass on to a next receiving flask, and this condenser contains cold water. So when the vapor of alcohol will pass through the condenser, it will cool down and convert into water droplets, and drop by drop the alcohol will be collected in the receiving flask, and that collected alcohol is called as distillate. And as the water has higher boiling point, that will be left behind in the distilling flask. This technique is used when the difference between boiling points of two liquids is 25 degrees centigrade or more. Petrol, diesel and kerosene are obtained from crude petroleum by the process of fractional distillation. Now the next method is separating funnel method. Immiscible liquids can be separated by using a separating funnel. In this, the heavier liquid of the two immiscible liquids it forms the lower layer, and the lighter liquid forms the top layer. You know, immiscible liquids, they do not mix with each other and they will form two distinct layers, in which the lower layer will be formed by the heavier liquid and the upper layer or the top layer will be formed by the lighter liquid. Once the mixture is settled, then you need to open the stopcock, and drop by drop the lower liquid will be collected in a separate flask, and once the second layer, oil layer, will come closer to the Stopcock, you need to close the stopcock so that oil cannot fall down into the lower liquid, that is water. This method can be followed to separate a mixture of oil and water. Next is the gas liquid mixtures. Gas, dissolved in a liquid, escapes from the liquid on heating, and thus can be separated. Due to this reason, the dissolved gases present in water escape on boiling and the water becomes tasteless. Sometimes we use a combination of methods to separate more than two components present in a mixture. And separating mixture like mixture of salt, sand and grain, and mixture of iron, filling, sand and iodine, then these mixtures can be separated according to the component of the mixture. Different techniques you need to apply according to the components. Now the last topic of this chapter, that is chromatography. Chromatography is a technique which is used to separate the components of a mixture which are very similar in their properties. From the word chromatography, you can understand the literal meaning of this word. Chrome means color and graphy means to write. So chromatography is a technique which is used to separate the components of a mixture which are very similar in their properties. The mixture is dissolved in a fluid, and this fluid can be a gas, it can be a solvent, or it can be a water. And this fluid is called as mobile phase, which carries it through a piece of cellulose, that is filter paper, called the stationary phase. The different constituents of a mixture have different affinities, means attraction, for the stationary phase. It means chromatography technique consists of a mobile phase which can be a solvent, and a stationary phase, that is a cellulose filter paper. And in this a stationary phase in which a substance stays fixed inside the column and the mixture is dissolved in a fluid or solvent called the mobile phase, which carries the component of the mixture with it through the stationary phase. And one of the simplest type of chromatography is paper chromatography. The procedure will be very much cleared through paper chromatography technique. Paper chromatography, it's an inexpensive method of separating dissolved chemical substances by their different migration rate across the sheet of paper. In this, a sample mixture is applied. The sample mixture is applied to a piece of cellulose filter paper. As you can see in the picture, this is filter paper, cellulose filter paper. You have seen it in chemistry lab, and this is a piece of wood. This cellulose filter paper, you need to first take it in a strip form and tie it with the piece of wood and immerse it in the solvent. That can be a water also. And in the filter paper, you need to mark a margin with the help of a pencil, and in that line or in that margin only, you just put the mixture in a small dot form. Once the strip is immersed in the liquid, with the help of capillary action, the solvent moves through the paper by capillary action, and the constituents of the mixture are also carried along the solvent through the paper. The constituents with a strong affinity to the solvent pass through the paper faster as compared to constituents with a strong affinity to the paper. You can see here in this, the second picture, you can see this dot means ink spot. It is a mixture of different components, and the components which have strong affinity to the solvent, they move faster along the solvent, and the constituents which have strong affinity to the paper, they are at the lower position. Means these lower dots, they have strong affinity or strong attraction for the paper, and the upper dots, they have strong affinity, means attraction towards the solvent. That's why they moved along with the solvent in the filter paper. The constituents of the mixture are separated based on the rate of difference at which different constituents move through the paper. Now the uses. It is used as a quantitative process to identify the components of a mixture. It is used in several scientific studies to identify unknown organic and inorganic components present in a mixture. It is used also to separate colored mixtures such as pigments. It is also used to separate amino acids. And this paper chromatography technique is also used to detect various hormones and drugs in pharmaceutical industries. Today's homework: explain paper chromatography technique with diagram. This is the last topic of your chapter 3, elements, compounds and mixtures. So complete the exercise questions in your chemistry notebook. Thank you.